my plan. I say lob it to Ryan Perez in the paint off a couple of screens.
Esquivel to Garcia. Off the deflection. Los Fresnos comes back and wins. Now Santa Maria will put up a three. Bang! Santa Maria.
There's Warner. Here comes a headed jam. Counted for two. Field. Adios! And the Falcons win on a walk-off. And it's saved.
What a game. Cortez smacked to the left. That is gone.
Lob for Perez. That's my play. Off the backboard, counting, and a win. And a win. Ryan Perez wins the game for the Santa Rosa Warriors, and they go nuts. And why not?
And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to tonight's matchup, and we have a great one for you here tonight as the Lady Lobos of Palmview High School come to town here in Mission, Texas to go up against the Lady Patriots of Mission Veterans High School. This is Nacho coming to you live here at Veterans High School Gym as the top two teams here in District 35A are meeting here tonight, and for Mission Veterans a chance to clinch the district championship possibly tonight, if not by their next matchup this weekend. So Mission Veterans currently undefeated in district play with 13 wins and 0 defeats, with only 3 more matchups in their schedule for district play. Meanwhile, the Palmview Lady Lobos 11-1, and as mentioned, second in district play. Of course, the only loss was against the Lady Patriots earlier this season when they met earlier back a month ago at Palmview. Now, of course, meeting again here at Mission. So the last matchup dating back to September 13 at Palmview, and Mission Veterans took care of business with a 3-0 set victory. And they did meet earlier in a tournament back in August 23rd, and Mission Veterans again winning that 2-0 in set points. So the current standings in District 35A for volleyball, of course, first place Mission Veterans with a win tonight could potentially clinch the district title for the Lady Patriots. Meanwhile, the Lady Lobos of Palmview looking to change that tonight and extend the Lady Patriots celebration to a possible later time. Third place are the Lady Mustangs from Laredo Nixon, who we got a chance to see back on Saturday as the Lady Patriots came away with a 3-0 set victory there. And then currently at 4 is Laredo Cigarroa. And both Laredo Nixon and Laredo Cigarroa currently at 7 and 5, with the Lady Eagles of Mission High School just behind. So we're going to go to commercial break, and when we come back from commercial break, we're going to talk about our visiting team, the Lady Lobos from Palmview. Go over their roster, some captains, players to look out for, and then after our second commercial break, we'll talk about the Lady Patriots. You're going to want to stick with us here, and we'll be back on the RSO Network.
Welcome to Payne Sports Central, home of UTRGV Sports.
The chess team are national champions once again. Checkmate! What? It's my catchphrase.
Get a new 2025 Chevrolet Silverado 1500 Crew Cab for $36,000 to $995, or $26,000 to $995 for a new 2025 Chevrolet Colorado Crew Cab at Payne Westlaco Chevrolet and PayneGM.com. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
V's up regardless.
cord and still stay connected? Now you can with the free Valley Central Plus app. Download it today. Streaming now on Roku, Amazon Fire TV, and Apple TV. No antenna, no hassle, no subscription. Just local news, weather, sports, entertainment, and original content from the 956's most reliable source. Valley Central Plus. Now streaming. Download today.
Hey Vaqueros fans, I'm Janelle Tanguma.
And I'm Blake Collin. Join us live for every UTRGV home football game for our pregame kickoff show, Vaqueros Nation Tailgate Fiesta.
We have been having a good old time at our Tailgate Fiesta.
We're bringing you live coverage, special guests, and fan energy leading up to kickoff. We'll see you at Vaqueros Nation Tailgate Fiesta.
V's up.
Vaqueros Nation Tailgate Fiesta is sponsored by the Bert Ogden Auto Group.
Inside Valley Politics, a fresh perspective on Valley, state, and national political issues. Join us as we feature in-depth interviews and original, unbiased reporting on topics important to you. Sunday at 6:30 a.m. on NBC 23.
And we are back on the RSA Network. We are live in Mission, Texas, home of the Lady Patriots, as Mission veterans are getting ready to take on the Lady Lobos of Palmview High School. So as I mentioned, we're going to talk a little bit about our visiting team here tonight, the Lady Lobos from Palmview High School. And 3 players we're going to keep an eye on as listed on the roster. Number 3, Captain Arizona Gauna. Number 7, Jessica Arevalo. And number 10, Miley Ziski. And some of the things that Palmview are going to need to do tonight, they're going to have some quick attacks, definitely find the open space for their kills, and of course take advantage of as many miscues the Lady Patriots might have here tonight, as Palmview are looking to hand Mission veterans their first loss here in district play. The Palmview Lady Lobos are led by Coach Margo Iglesias Cantu as she prepares her players for a great matchup here tonight. So again, the top 2 teams here in District 35A, Mission Veterans currently the 1 seed, and the Lady Lobos of Palmview the 2nd seed. We're gonna go to a quick commercial break, and when we return from that, we'll discuss the roster and the key takeaways for the Lady Patriots from Mission Veterans. Stick with us here on the RSO Network. We'll be back.
Buying a car or trusting someone to take care of the one you already have, you want to know you're in good hands. Today, tomorrow, and every day after that. For over a century, Sames Automotive Group has been here. The oldest dealership group in Texas, built on a promise to do things the right way. A century of putting people first. A century of service and savings. A century of smiles. That's not just a tagline. That's the Sames way. Sames Automotive Group, delivering a century of trust.
Permatemp Personnel Services has been servicing local businesses for the past 29 years.
Leave the hiring to us. Let us become your personal hiring guru.
We have a network of skilled employees to fit your needs.
Your success is our strategy.
Don't hesitate. Call us now.
CBS 4 News, bringing you the most SpaceX coverage with our exclusive partnership with La Padre Space Channel, weekly updates, live cameras from Starbase, and live coverage from SpaceX launches. CBS 4 News, your Space Coast station, working for you.
Welcome to Payne Sports Central, home of UTRGV Sports.
The chess team are national champions once again. Checkmate! What? It's my catchphrase.
Get $8,000 off MSRP on a new 2025 Ford F-150 STX and 3.9% for 72 months. Payne Rio Grande City Ford and Payne Weslaco Ford.
V's up regardless.
And we are back on the RSO Network here on the Mission Channel as the Palmview Lady Lobos come to town to take on the Lady Patriots of Mission Veterans. So right now on the court, introducing both teams. As from the last commercial break, I went over the roster of the Lady Lobos, and now we'll cover some of the players over on the Mission Veteran side. So, as listed on the rosters tonight, our player to look out for, number 2, Maddie Bettis, who was our RSL player of the game back on Saturday when Mission Vets took on Laredo Nixon. Maddie had numerous kills and a few aces as she looks to continue that momentum here tonight and taking on the second-ranked team in the district play, the Palmview Lady Lobos. Other key players over on the Mission Veteran side, some other players to keep an eye on. Number 4, Evodia Garcia, who is their libero, and had multiple aces in that game that we were able to cover, along with number 11. I have it at 15, but listed at 11, Isabella Canizales. We'll get confirmation on that. And those are your key players for the Lady Patriots. Now, what they got to do to continue their unbeaten streak is what they've been doing all season long, playing their game, keeping up with their tempo, finding those opening spots for when they attack on the kills, and taking advantage of the miscues from the Lady Lobos. The Lady Patriots are led by head coach Diana Lerma. And they are going to be set here in just a bit. And tonight here at Mission, we have senior night for the Lady Patriots. So, on behalf of Coach Lerma and the Lady Patriots, we want to give a shout out to the seniors for both teams, and in particular tonight's home team, the Lady Patriots, as they take the court for possibly the last time here at their gym. So, a packed house here tonight, not just on the home side you're seeing, but the visitor side getting full pretty fast. So, as the Lady Patriots seniors are being introduced, we're going to go to commercial break. And when we return, we'll get this game kicked off for you. You're going to want to stick with us here on the RSL Network. We got a good one for you tonight.
Want to cut the cord and still stay connected? Now you can with the free Valley Central Plus app. Download it today. Streaming now on Roku, Amazon Fire TV, and Apple TV. No antenna, no hassle, no subscription. Just local news, weather, sports, entertainment, and original content from the 956's most reliable source. Valley Central Plus. Now streaming. Download today.
This summer, settle in and reconnect with one another. South Padre Island has so many great places to stay. Condos, resorts, and hotels. Oh my! Book your summer getaway today. and start making memories poolside with the people you care about most. Visit SoPadre.com.
Shop Bert Ogden Cadillac and select from the largest inventory of luxury vehicles in the Valley. Elevate your style when you choose from more than 200 new cars and SUVs available today. This is where legends are made and what they drive. Bert Ogden Cadillac in Edinburgh.
You never know when grief will come upon you and you find yourself in need of a funeral home. Emotions take over your thoughts, and it is difficult to think clearly. So where do you turn? You turn to Tomei Garza Funeral Home because they understand that guiding thoughtful care is a privilege, and the needs of your family and final request of your loved one must be met without question. Compassion, care, commitment. Tomei Garza Funeral Home, San Benito.
And we are back on the RSO Network here on the Mission Channel as the Lady Lobos from Palmview High School are in town to go up against the Lady Patriots of Mission Veterans. The top two teams here in the District 35A getting set for set number one here tonight. A full house we have here at the Veterans Gym as these teams go head to head on what will be, as I know, an exciting matchup. So both teams breaking out of their huddles as they make their way onto the court. Warm-ups have been done. Players have been introduced. And here we go. Serving first, I believe, will be the Lady Lobos from Palmview, as both teams checking in with the officials to get this game going. So, kicking things off for us here tonight, the Lady Lobos will be number 2. That's going to be Valeria Gauna as she gets set to serve to kick things off here in the first set. And away we go. In comes the serve. Lady Patriots with the setup. Lobs it over the net. Picked up by the Lady Lobos. Palmview now with the attack. Picked up quickly by the Vets. And we seem to have an injury on the court. On the Mission Vets side. So we're gonna go to a quick commercial break, and when we come back, hopefully the injury is not too serious and the player is able to return. Stick with us on the RSO Network.
No matter where you are in life, Texas Southmost College is here to help you move forward. Whether you're starting fresh, changing careers, or gaining new skills, TSC has affordable programs designed to fit your goals. It's time to take the next step. Think big. Think bright. Think TSC.
And we're back on the RSO Network. The injured player was number 8, Renata Garcia, as she was able to walk out in her own power. Hopefully it's not too serious, and she's able to return to tonight's matchup. Meanwhile, Palmview missing the serve will give the Lady Patriots the first point here tonight. Patriots now with the setup with a powerful hit, and that's going to be out of bounds as the Lady Lobos now get themselves on the board. Serving now for Palmview, number 1, Kalia Trevino, up to serve. Serve goes over the net, picked up by number 2, that is Maddie Perez. And a powerful hit picked up by Palmview. Palmview now with the return, lobs it short and not able to be picked up. Great awareness there on the attack there by the Lady Lobos to put themselves up 2-1. As Kalia Trevino still serving for the Lady Lobos. In comes the serve, picked up by number 2, Maddie Pettis. Here's the setup now. Lady Patriots just gonna hit it over, and that'll give Palmview a chance to set this up. Number 10 with the attack, picked up by the Patriots again. Veterans now with the return, blocked, but gets tipped out of bounds, and that'll give the Lady Patriots the equalizer here at 2 apiece. Substitution now being made over on the Palmview side. In comes number 8, Jalen Rosales. As we now have the libero of the Lady Patriots, number 4, Evoria Garcia, up to serve. Palmview here with the setup. Powerful hit and out. They did look in from our end, but the line judge is going to rule it out in favor of the Lady Patriots. Momentum starting to build now at 3 apiece. In comes the serve. Here comes the setup by the Lobos. Tipped at the net, and it's going to be picked up by the Patriots as they send this one over. Palmview now with the powerful attack, picked up by the Patriots. That one's going to go straight over the net, and that'll give Palmview another chance to attack. Blocked by the Patriots. Palmview now with another setup. Not a good setup. They're just going to lob this one over. Give the Patriots a chance now for the setup. Attack gets lobbed and out. Great point there by the Lady Patriots. Now they take the lead up 4-3 here in the first set. Lady Patriots now on a 3-point run as Evoria Garcia still serving for the Lady Patriots. Palmview now with the hit, picked up by the Patriots. In comes the hit and gets picked up by the libero of Palmview. Palmview lobs it over the net, picked up by the Patriots. Here they go with the return. Powerful hit gets deflected by some blockers as they send this one over. Picked up by Mission Vets. Patriots with the response. Tipped and out by the blockers. Mission Vets with the point. Still serving number 4, Evoria Garcia up to serve. Serve goes over the net, picked up by Palmview. Here's the setup now. The attack is powerful, not powerful enough, picked up by Mission Vets. Here's the response, picked up by the libero for Palmview. Here's the attack, it doesn't go over the net. Point goes to Mission Vets. Some great sequences early on here in this game as Evoria still serving it up for the Lady Patriots. Palmview now with the setup. Here's the attack by number 10, picked up by number 2 of the Lady Patriots. There goes the hit, gets the deflection in their favor, and they build a 5-point lead. That's going to force the Palmview Lady Lobos to call timeout. We'll be right back after these commercial breaks.
J4 Trailers es su mejor opción para remolques en el Valle de Río Grande. Contamos con remolques utilitarios, goosenecks, landscape, hotshot trailers, dump trailers, enclosed y mucho más. Su remolque necesita servicio o refacciones, nuestro nuevo departamento de partes y servicio está listo para atenderle. Aquí en J4 Trailers también realizamos el corte de tambores de freno.
Come visit us and get hitched at J4 Trailers.
And we are back on the RSO Network here at Mission Veterans High School, where the Lady Patriots have an early 7-3 lead over the Palmview Lady Lobos as Coach Iglesias Cantu called a timeout during the commercial break. And the Lady Patriots still up to serve, led by number 4, Evoria Garcia. Patriots coming in with the serve, does get over the net. Picked up by Palmview. Lobs it over the net, picked up by the Patriots as they come with the setup again. Powerful hit, picked up by Palmview. Palmview do not get a good setup there. Goes into the visitor bleachers. And the Lady Patriots extend the lead. As we have a loud student section here at Mission Vets. And again, Evoria up to serve. In comes the serve over the net. Quickly sends it over to the Mission Vet side as the setup comes through. Get a close deflection, and it is a net violation. Point will now go to Palmview. Serving now for Palmview, libero number 7, Jessica Arrevalo, as the serve comes in over the net. Mission Vets with the setup. They're just going to lob this one short and over as Palmview picks it up on a high hit there. Picked up by Vets. Here's the setup now. The attack by number 10. Quickly sent, but it will go out of bounds. Point goes to Lady Patriots. Substitution now for the Lady Lobos. In comes number 1, Kalia Trevino. And serving now for the Lady Patriots, number 7, Leila Rodriguez. Leila in with the serve, picked up by Palmview. Here's the setup now, just gonna lob it over the blockers, but picked up by the Patriots. Mission Vets now with the return with a powerful hit by Maddie, gets picked up by Palmview. Blocker for the Patriots gets a tip in there as they now return the ball, and picked up by the Lobos as they send this one over. Mission Vets now with the response by number 6, picked up by Palmview. As another great sequence comes into play here. Patriots with the pickup with a high setup there, but no issue. However, it does go out of bounds. And Palmview with the point. Correction. They're going to say there's a violation on the call there. And let's see. Not sure what the call is, but it will go in favor of Mission Vets. 10-4 is your score now as Mission Vets now gets set up. Powerful attack and in. Great hit by number 10, Delilah Cantu, and she will add on to the lead. In comes the serve, picked up by Palmview. With the fake setup, quickly picked up by the Lady Patriots. Here comes the hit. And it is a net violation in favor of Mission Vets. Mission Veterans now on an 8-point lead as number 7, Leila Rodriguez, still serving for the Patriots. Palmview now with the setup. Big hit picked up by Mission Vets. Patriots now with the response, lobs it over the defenders. They're going to quickly send it back to the Patriots as another hit comes through, picked up by Palmview. Palmview with the setup, doesn't get the look that she likes. And the Lady Patriots with the attack again, picked up by Palmview. Palmview with the setup, with the return. Hit's going to go out of bounds. Nearly in from Arizona Gauna, but not enough. Point goes to Mission Vets. The Lady Patriots now up 13-4 in a big first set lead here tonight. Fake setup by the Palmview. Will get picked up by Mission Vets. Mission Vets with the attack, goes out of bounds. And the Lady Lobos find themselves back on the board. Serving for the Lady Lobos, number 3, captain, Arizona Gauna. In comes the serve, short, but picked up by Mission Vets. Here's the attack now. Powerful hit by number 10. That's going to be Delilah Cantu with a powerful hit there. Mission Vets now up by 9 here in this first set. Serving now is number 10, Delilah Cantu. Palmview with the setup now. Here's the attack, deflected by number 15 of Mission Vets. Here's the response. Not enough for the blockers. Point goes to Mission Vets. Hit was made by none other than the Maddie Pettis. Delilah still serving for the Lady Patriots as Mission Vets now up by 10. Serves it far behind the line. Picked up by Palmview as the student section now makes some noise here. The pickup was a little too far, close to the net. Not enough for a good setup. Quickly send it over the net. Powerful hit by the Lady Lobos, number 6, Camila Inostroza with the point. And Palmview get themselves back on the board now, only down by 9. Serving for Palmview, number 10, Miley Zieski. Server goes through Mission Vets with the attack. Doesn't get it in, and another point goes to the Lady Lobos. Palmview now closing in on the deficit, only down by 8. As Miley makes the serve over the net, picked up by Lady Patriots. Here's the setup now, and the attack picked up by Palmview with ease on the response, blocked and picked up by Palmview. Here's the setup now, set up a little bit too behind, not enough for a powerful hit there as Mission Vets does get the tip in and over. Palmview with the high lob, not aware of where the ball's positioned there, gives Mission Vets a chance now for the setup. Here's the attack, and through. Great hit there by number 10, Delilah, gone through. As number 15, Isabella Canizales now up to serve for the Lady Patriots. In comes the serve, picked up by Palmview. Palmview with the setup. Here's the attack. Powerful, but picked up by the Vets. Lady Patriots with the attack, deflected and not enough. Maddie Pettis with another point there. And Palmview with another timeout, down by 10. And we'll be back after these commercial breaks.
Permatemp Personnel Services has been servicing local businesses for the past 29 years.
Leave the hiring to us. Let us become your personal hiring guru.
We have a network of skilled employees to fit your needs.
Your success is our strategy.
Don't hesitate, call us now.
Welcome to Payne Sports Central, home of UTRGV Sports.
The chess team are national champions once again. Checkmate! What? It's my catchphrase.
Get a new 2025 Chevrolet Silverado 1500 Crew Cab for $36,000 to $995 or $26,000 to $995 for a new 2025 Chevrolet Colorado Crew Cab at Payne Westlaco Chevrolet and PayneGM.com. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
V's up regardless.
And we're back on the RSL Network, served made by the Lady Patriots. As the Palmview Lady Lobos almost got the point there on the attack. And a deflection by the defenders, not enough for the power. Maddie Pettis, point goes to Mission Vets. Still serving for the Lady Patriots, number 15, Isabella Canizales. Picked up by the Lady Lobos. Here's the setup now. Powerful hit, and quickly sent over. Lobos don't get the ball over the net. Point goes to Mission Vets. The Lady Patriots in full control here in this first set, have a 12-point lead here in the first set. Lady Lobos with the attack. Great hit there by number 10, Miley Zieski, to get Palmview back on the board. Serving now for the Lady Lobos, number 6, Camila Inostroza, who had a great hit earlier here in this first set. Serve over the net. Picked up by the Lady Patriots, almost got touched by 2 of their players, picked up by Palmview. Palmview now with the chance to respond. Hey, Miley with a near other point there. They don't get the deflection to keep it alive. Point goes to Palmview. Palmview shortening the deficit, now down by 10. That's Camila still serving for the Lady Lobos. In comes the serve, picked up by the Lady Patriots. Here's the setup, and the attack, and in! A great kill by number 2, Maddie Pettis. Substitution now being made as the Lady Patriots are up to serve, led by number 6, Kaylee Manalovo. In comes the serve, picked up by the Lady Lobos. Here's the setup. The attack picked up by the Patriots. as they set it up. Picked up by Palmview. Palmview with the chance to respond. Gets it deflected by the defender. And they're just going to send this one over. Not enough height there. Will give Palmview the point. As fans from Palmview now responding to the student section of the home crowd. Palmview with the serve. That was number 2. With the serve blocked. And they're just going to lob it quickly over as they send it back immediately. As there is a net violation in favor for Mission Vets. The server was Valeria Gauna for the Lady Lobos. And now it'll be Mission Vets up to serve. In comes the serve by Maddie as the Lady Lobos now set it up. Hit by number 1, doesn't get the deflection. Great hit there by Kalia Trevino. Give the point to Palmview. (21-11) is the score as the Lady Patriots now just need 4 to close out the first set. In comes the serve, picked up by the Lady Patriots. Here's the setup. Attacked by number 10, blocked, and quickly reset as they send this one over the net. Palmview now with a chance to respond. Here's the hit, picked up by Lady Patriots, but not enough height. Great attack there by number 14, Eileen Trevino, to give the Lady Lobos the point. Officials pausing play here for a sec to give the Lady Patriot player a chance to lace up. And still serving Kalia Trevino for Palmview. As they get the serve through, picked up by the Lobos. Send it over, have 2 Lady Patriots at the bottom. As they won't get that one through, and that one went far. And Mission Vets now only needing 3. Serving now for Mission Vets, libero number 4, Evoria Garcia, who had a great sequence run the last time she was up to serve. In comes the serve, went too far out. Point goes to Palmview. Substitution being made, now comes number 6, Camila Inostroza, back on the court. Serving for the Lady Lobos, number 7, Jessica Arrevalo, as the serve goes over the net. Mission Vets with the setup a little bit too behind, but not a problem as it gets blocked by the Lady Lobos. Another attack, another block. Here we go again. Gets it over the blocker this time as the Lady Lobos now set it up. Close to the net, just gonna lob it over. Here come the Patriots with the attack. Another hit. Gets the point in there. Great hit by Delilah Cantu. Great sequence. Great blocking over on the Lady Lobos side there, but not enough to get them the point. Substitution now being made. In comes number 7, Leila Rodriguez. Mission Vets now only needing 2. Picked up by the Lady Lobos. Here's the attack. As it goes over the net on the reception, Lady Lobos with the point. Substitution being made. In comes number 3. That's going to be Arizona Gauna up to serve. In comes the serve just over the net as the Lady Patriots now with the setup. Powerful attack, and it is enough. Great sequence there by the Lady Lobos. Mission Vets now with the tag and in. A powerful hit by the Lady Patriots. Mission Vets now with a set point to take set 1 here tonight. Serving is number 10, Delilah Cantu. Just gonna lob it, play it safe, but picked up by Mission Vets with the fake setup now. Palmview now with the chance to respond. Here's the setup now, and the attack. Deflected, but too powerful. Maddie Pettis closes it out for Mission Vets. Final score here in the first set, 25-14. We're gonna go to commercial break, and when we return, we'll get set 2 underway. You do not want to miss it. Be back on the RSL Network.
J4 Trailers is your best source for hauling in the Rio Grande Valley. We have utility, goosenecks, landscape, hotshot trailers, dump trailers, enclosed, and more. Does your trailer need a part service? Let our new parts and service department help you. Here at J4 Trailers, we also cut brake drums.
Come visit us and get hitched at J4 Trailers.
Rev up your future with Texas Southmost College's Auto Body Repair Program. In just 2 semesters, you'll gain the skills to become an auto body repair specialist. Learn using industry standard iCar Academy to get you job ready fast. If you're ready to drive your career forward, TSC's Auto Body Repair Program is the place to start. Classes are filling fast, so visit tsc.edu and apply today.
At Bird Ogden Ford Service, we value your time, so there's no appointment necessary and no waiting. Our factory-trained technicians and genuine Ford parts keep your Ford running like new. Bird Ogden Ford in Lyford. Service with confidence you can count on.
Dale gas!
When you're buying a car or trusting someone to take care of the one you already have, you want to know you're in good hands. Today, tomorrow, and every day after that. For over a century, Sames Automotive Group has been here. The oldest dealership group in Texas, built on a promise to do things the right way. A century of putting people first. A century of service and savings. A century of smiles. That's not just a tagline. That's the Sames way. Sames Automotive Group, delivering a century of trust.
And we're back on the RSO Network. Let's pull up the highlights here from the first set. Setup, they're just going to lob this one over. Give the Patriots a chance now for the setup. Attack gets lobbed and out. Great hit by number 10, Delilah Cantu, and she will add on to the lead. Hit by number 10. That's going to be Delilah Cantu with a powerful hit there. Gets the point in there. Great hit by Delilah Cantu. Mission Vets now with the tag and in! A powerful hit. Setup, they're just going to... And we are getting set here for set number 2. Mission Vets taking the first set, 25-14. As the Lady Patriots now getting set to serve to kick things off here in set number 2. Up to serve is number 8, Renata Garcia, who was injured a bit earlier to kick things off in the first set. It's good to see her back on the court and in good health. That's Mission Vets getting set to serve. And it comes the serve, picked up by the Lady Lobos. Palmview with the attack, lobs it over the blocker, but picked up by Vets. Powerful hit by Maddie, picked up by Palmview. Lady Lobos with the response, picked up by Mission Vets. Set up a bit behind, but not an issue as it gets picked up by Palmview. Lady Lobos with the hit and in. Great start by number 1, Galia Trevino, to give the Lady Lobos the first point here in the second set. Serving now for the Lady Lobos, I believe it was number 2, and it was. Great pickup there by the libero of Palmview, as they're just going to send this one over the blocker. Here's the setup now. The attack, but out. Palmview 2-0 lead early on here in the second set. Serving is number 2, Valeria Gauna, for the Lady Lobos. As officials will hold play here to give Mission Vets player a chance to lace up, and away we go. In comes the serve, picked up by the libero. Here's the setup now. The attack by Maddie, blocked, but picked up by Mission Vets. They don't get enough to set it back. And point goes to Palmview. Look at that replay there. Just missed a powerful hit there, but great attack there by Palmview. Up 3-0 now. In comes the serve. Picked up by Mission Vets. Here's the attack. picked up and in. Mission Vets with their first point here in the third set. Serving for the Lady Patriots, none other than the Maddie Pettis. In comes the serve. Picked up by Palmview. Here's the setup. Powerful attack. Picked up by Maddie. Mission Vets now with a chance to respond. Powerful as it rolls out. Point goes to Mission Vets. Great attack there by Delilah Cantu as she keeps the momentum for the Lady Patriots. Maddie now up to serve again. In comes the serve, picked up by the Lady Lobos. Palmview with the attack, just gonna lob it over the blockers and strategically gets it in there. Great awareness by Palmview as they get the point now, up 4-2. Serving for the Lady Lobos now, number 1, Kalia Trevino, who has been a force to be reckoned with in the second set. Powerful hit by Delilah, picked up by the Lady Lobos. Palmview sends it over the net, gives Mission Vets a chance to set it up. Doesn't get the block, and that'll go to Palmview. Palmview now with a 5-2 lead, looking to extend it and give Mission Vets little to no chance to catch up. Khalil with the serve, picked up by the Patriots. Low setup, but gets it over the net. Palmview with the return, picked up by the libero of the Patriots. Mission Vets with the response. A short return, not enough for Palmview to send it over, and Mission Vets only down by 2. Substitution being made. In comes number 10. That's going to be Delilah Cantu, one of the top players so far here tonight. As Avaria now up to serve for Mission Vets. Lady Lobos with the setup now. Here's the attack. Great pickup there by Maddie as Mission Vets sends it over. Too far out. Point goes to Palmview. As the coach on the bench for Mission Vets telling their players, keep it composed, we got this. And serving for the Lady Lobos, libero number 7, Jessica Arrevalo. Mission Vets now sends it over, gives Palmview a chance to return it. They do, but it goes out. Substitution being made now comes in number 7, Leila Rodriguez, who is up to serve. Leila with the serve, picked up by the Lady Lobos. Here's the setup now. Powerful attack, does get the deflection, but not enough. Point Palmview. And that was made by number 10, Miley Ziski. As I have her highlighted, as doing a great job early on. Serving for the Lady Lobos, number 3, Arizona Ghana. That's Mission Vets now with the return. Lobs it over the blockers, gives Lady Lobos a chance to set it up. Miley with another hit, picked up and deflected by Mission Vets. Here's the setup. The attack gets blocked, but quickly sent over to Palmview. Gives them a chance to set it up. Miley with a hit, picked up by Mission Vets. Here's the response now by Delilah. Gets it in. A great hit there for Mission Vets. Palmview fans disagree with the call, and we'll take a look at that replay. As the setup gets in there, and it is in. And Mission Vets now only down by 2. In comes the serve. Lady Lobos with the setup. Here's the attack by Miley, picked up by Patriots. Gets sent quickly over to Palmview's side. Here's another setup. Lobs it over the defender. Mission Vets with the setup. Hit by Maddie, picked up by Palmview. Miley sends it over the defenders, picked up by Mission Vets. Maddie with the attack, goes out of bounds, and in favor of Palmview. Substitution now being made as coach sends Delilah to the bench, and in comes number 11, Jacqueline Morales. And in comes the serve. Picked up by the Patriots. Powerful hit, but picked up by the Lady Lobos. Great awareness there by the libero. Number 7, Jessica Carvalho. Mission Vets with the attack. Deflection doesn't go in favor of Palmview as it goes out of bounds. Point goes to Mission Vets. Serving now for the Patriots. Number 15, Isabella Canizales. Low serve, picked up by the libero. Here comes the setup. A little bit behind, just sends it over. Mission Vets with the attack. Too close to the net. As Mission Vets now with a chance to set it up. Also close to the net, and it lands in as it goes over. Mission Vets now only down by 1. So Palmview had as big as a 4-point lead in this second set, and Mission Vets now closing in. Lady Lobos with the attack by Miley, and that's going to go in. Great point by Palmview. Serving for the Lady Lobos, number 6, Camila Inostroza. In it goes the serve over the net, picked up by Mission Vets. Here's the setup. Powerful hit by Maddie, picked up by the Lady Lobos. They send this one over, picked up by the Patriots. Here's the setup again. By Maddie again, and a kill for Maddie Pettis. Mission Vets now only down by 1. As a substitution is in, now comes number 3, Zoe Montalvo. In comes the serve for the Lady Patriots. Picked up by the Lady Lobos. Palmview with the setup. Just going to lob it over the defenders. Picked up by the Patriots. Mission Vets with the response. Picked up again. Some powerful hitting coming from Maddie Pettis over at the Mission Vet side. Here's the setup for Maddie. Another hit. Doesn't get over the net this time. Palmview extend the lead now. 10-8. Substitution now being made. In comes number 9, Emma Gomez for Palmview. Valeria Gauna now to serve for Palmview. Gets it over the net. Mission Vets with the setup. Here's the attack. And it's going to go far out. 1-2 and into the bleachers. Great hit there by Mission Vets, closing in on the deficit. Substitution now for Mission Vets. In comes number 10, Delilah Cantu. As Maddie now gets set to serve for the Lady Patriots. In comes the serve, picked up by the Lady Lobos on a low hit there. Just going to send this one over. Picked up by Libero, actually goes over the net. And a net violation goes in favor of Mission Veterans. And we have a tie game here in the second set. Palmview, a big of a lead, up by 4 earlier, now have a tie game in front of them. Maddie with the serve, picked up by the Lady Lobos. Here's the setup. Powerful hit, picked up by the libero. Here's the setup now as they send this one over in short. The Lady Lobos with another setup. Here's the attack, picked up by the Lady Patriots. Mission Vets just going to send this one over in short, but picked up by Palmview. Fake setup will give them the point. Great awareness there by Palmview to get themselves back in the lead. Let's take a look at that replay as they fake out the setup there, and a great attack there by Palmview. Serving for Palmview, number 1, Galia Trevino. Here's the serve, picked up by the Patriots. Here's the send over, goes over the line. Palmview, 2-point lead now. Have not let the Lady Patriots get a chance for a lead here, as it's been mostly Palmview here in this second set. Galia still serving for Palmview. Gets it over the net, picked up by the Patriots. Here's the setup now. And the attack by Delilah and in. A great hit there will bring Mission Veterans now down by 1. Substitutions being made on both sides of the court. And we have libero Evoria Garcia up to serve. As the Palmview fans make noise to distract her, doesn't work. And a powerful hit by Palmview, picked up by Mission Vets. Here's the attack by Delilah, blocked. Another chance to set it up. Not a good cleanup. Give Lady Lobos a chance to set it up. Here's the attack now. Powerful hit, blocked, but out. Palmview making some noise, up by 2 now. And now I begin to question if and when Coach Lerma and the Lady Patriots call timeout here. Maybe not, as they send it over the net, picked up by the Lady Lobos. Here's the response. An easy pickup there by the libero of the Patriots. Here's the attack. Gets the deflection in their favor and in. Mission Vets only down by 1. And we got a great second set here as substitutions are being made. Serving now for the Lady Patriots, number 7, Leila Rodriguez. Then comes the serve. Picked up by the Lady Lobos. Here's the setup for Palmview. Just going to send this one over. Lady Patriots with the setup. Delilah with a hit. Blocked. And a great deflection for the Lady Lobos. And Palmview with a 14-12 lead. Still have yet to let Mission Vets take a lead here in the second set. And Palmview now has number 3, Arizona Ghana, up to serve. Doesn't get it over the net. Point goes to Mission Vets. Serving now for the Lady Patriots, number 10, Delilah Cantu. As they get this served, but all out of bounds. Point goes to Palmview. Substitution now being made. In comes number 11, Jacqueline Morales, as Delilah takes a seat on the bench. Serving for Palmview, number 10, Miley Ziski. And she has been a huge help here in the second set for Palmview. Mission Vets with the setup. Here's the attack over the defenders, picked up by Palmview. Here they go with the setup. Attack over the defender, picked up by Mission Vets. Attacking now is Maddie, as the deflection goes, as Palmview sends it over, picked up by Mission Vets. Gets the tip over, and out! Great point there for Palmview to extend the lead. 16-13. Palmview still with the lead here in the second set, as a short putback gets sent for Mission Vets. Palmview with the chance to respond, picked up by the Lady Patriots. Attacked by Maddie, gets deflected and into the visiting bleachers. Point goes to Mission Vets. Substitution, they're gonna take the libero out for the Patriots. In comes number 6. And that'll be Kaylee Monalvo. Serving now for the Patriots, number 15, Isabella Canizales. Picked up by Miley. Here's the setup and sends it over. And here's the setup for Mission Vets. Great hit there by Maddie as Palmview sends it back. Picked up by Maddie. Mission Vets now with the response and in! A great kill by Maddie Perez. Mission Vets closing in on the deficit. Now only down by 1. As the visiting crowd makes noise to throw off the serve, it does not work. And the Lady Lobos now with the return. Powerful hit picked up by Mission Vets. The roof has some effect on that return. And point goes to Palmview. Just when you think Mission Vets will tie it up, Palmview finds a way to take advantage of the miscues and built themselves a little bit of breathing room to keep their lead. Serving for Palmview, number 6, Camila Inostroza. A great block by Palmview. As we take a look at that replay, there's the setup there, and just a powerful block. These blocks have been very effective for the Lady Lobos, especially here in this second set. Camila Inostroza still serving, picked up by Mission Vets. Here's the setup. Just gonna send this one over and short. Lady Lobos with the setup. Here's the attack. Picked up by Mission Vets. Here's the setup. Powerful hit and in. Who else other than Maddie Pettis on the attack there? And we are now at 18-16 in favor of Palmview. I will have to check back and see when the last time Mission Vets gave up a set point. Should Palmview take this set, we'll go back and look into that. The deflection off the post will give the point to Mission Vets. And we're in familiar territory here as Palmview will cause a timeout. Only up by 1. We'll go to commercial break. We'll be back. And we are back on the RSL Network here at Mission, Texas. Palmview with the second set lead over the Lady Patriots, up 18-17. As Mission Vets is now up to serve. And it comes the serve, picked up by the Lady Lobos. Here's the setup now. The attack over the defender, and good. Great placement there by number 1, Kalia Trevino. And again, just as Palmview's up by 1, they find a way to take advantage and give themselves the breathing room. Serving now, number 2, Valeria Gana with the serve. Mission Vets with the setup. Here's the attack, just gonna lob it over to the other side, and they'll be able to pick it up on the Palmview end. Great pickup there by Mission Vets, as they now just gonna send this one over, and Palmview with a chance to set this up. Over the defender, played easy, and here's the setup now. Attack, gets deflected and quickly sent over. And Mission Vets with another setup. Here's the hit, picked up by Palmview. The response now. Attacked, deflected, eliminates the power there on the attack there. Maddie sends it up and blocked. They don't get the deflection. Great blocking there by Kalia Trevino. Palmview now up by 3. Let's take a look at that replay on the block there. As Mission Vets struggle to get that one over the net. Point goes to Palmview. Serve is in. Gets deflected off the net and not returnable. And the Mission Vets bench will call their first timeout. 21-17. We'll be back on the RSL Network.
At Brownsville ISD, your future starts now. Our dedicated teachers inspire learning every day. Explore your passion with award-winning fine arts, championship sports programs, and cutting-edge technology in every classroom. From career and technical education to dual enrollment college credit courses, BISD prepares students for success, no matter what path they choose. Brownsville ISD, the best choice.
And we are back on the RSL Network. Palmview with the set number 2 lead here, 21-17 over Mission Vets. Here's the setup now and the attack. And a violation will go in favor of Mission Vets. And the Lady Patriots now only down by 3. As Palmview only need 4 to close out set number 2 to tie it up at 1 apiece. And it comes to serve by Maddie Pettis. Picked up by the Lady Lobos. Here's the setup now. The attack by number 1 blocked. And again, quickly sent over. They don't get the deflection to be returned. And Palmview with the point. And a thrilling second set we have here, folks. as Galia Trevino still serving it up. In comes the serve, picked up by Mission Vets. Here's the setup now. Delilah with the attack, doesn't get it over the net. And Palmview only needing 2 more for set 2. As the Palmview fans wanting the score placed, ball's too high, not returnable, and a set point for Palmview. And the Mission Vets bench will call another timeout. 24-18, set point for Palmview.
No matter where you are in life, Texas Southmost College is here to help you move forward. Whether you're starting fresh, changing careers, or gaining new skills, TSC has affordable programs designed to fit your goals. It's time to take the next step. Think big. Think bright. Think TSC.
And we are back on the RSO Network here at set number 2. The Palmview Lady Lobos only needing 1 point to close out set number 2 and tying up the game here at 1 apiece. Serving it up for the Lady Lobos, number 1, Galia Trevino. In comes the serve, picked up by Mission Vets. Set up a little behind, gets deflected, but not enough. Point goes to Mission Vets. Mission Vets now only down by 5 to try to tie it up here. And serving is Evodia Garcia, who had a great serve sequence in the first set. Palmview now with the setup. A little bit behind, gets deflected and quickly sent over. Mission Vets with the setup. Deflected behind the defenders, but picked up. Palmview now gonna lob it over. Give Mission Vets a chance to set this up. Here's the attack. Picked up by Mission Vets, and a great awareness as it goes out of bounds. Palmview thought there was a double tap. And Mission Vets closing in on the deficit. Evodia Garcia with the serve. Gets sent over the net. Palmview with the setup. Here's the attack by Miley. Gets it in for Palmview. And Palmview takes set number 2, 25-20. And we'll go to commercial break. When we return, we will definitely have a set 4 here, folks. You're going to want to stick around. We'll be back on the RSO Network.
Has been servicing local businesses for the past 29 years.
Leave the hiring to us. Let us become your personal hiring guru.
We have a network of skilled employees to fit your needs.
Your success is our strategy.
Don't hesitate, call us now.
Want to cut the cord and still stay connected? Now you can with the free Valley Central Plus app. Download it today. Streaming now on Roku, Amazon Fire TV, and Apple TV. No antenna, no hassle, no subscription. Just local news, weather, sports, entertainment, and original content from the 956's most reliable source. Valley Central Plus. Now streaming. Download today.
At Marine Military Academy, we educate those who dare to achieve. Those eager to control their future before it controls them. Those who can follow a path so they can eventually make their own. Those ready to join in order to stand out. Welcome to MMA, forging tomorrow's leaders.
And we are back on the RSO Network. And after doing some digging The last time Mission Vets gave up a set point was back in August 30th. I'm going to say that again. The last time Mission Vets gave up a set point was back in August 30th. Basically, it's been about 45 days since Mission Vets gave up a set point. They have been consistent in all of their matches since the 30th of August, was shutting out every opponent they've had until tonight, as the Lady Lobos of Palmview take set number 2, 25-20. And here we go with set number 3. And if we do go to a timeout break, we'll try to pull up the highlights from set 2. And if you're just joining in, Mission Vets and Palmview, the top 2 teams here in District 35A, are squaring off here at Mission, Texas. Both teams with a set point. And up to serve is the Lady Lobos. That is number 2, Valeria Gaona, as we get set number 3 underway. In comes the serve, picked up by the Lady Patriots. In comes the attack, picked up by the libero of the Lady Lobos. Don't get the hit over the net. First point goes to Mission Vets. Mission Vets now up to serve. This is going to be, I believe, number 5. Correction, I believe it's number 6, Kaylee Monalvo. And out of bounds on the hit there. Point goes to Mission Vets. Correction on the serving. That is number 2, Maddie Pettis for Mission Vets. And in comes the hit, picked up by Mission Vets. Here's the attack now by Delilah. Powerful, but picked up by the Lady Lobos. Mission Vets now with the response, with a high setup, close to the net. Just lob it over and in by Delilah Cantu. Mission Vets really putting set number 2 behind them as they take a 3-0 lead now. As Maddie Pettis still serving it up for the Lady Patriots. Here's the bump, here's the set. The spike doesn't go through. Mission Vets lobs it over. Picked up by Palmview. Here's the attack. Deflected, but picked up by the Patriots, and they're going to send this one over. That'll give Palmview a chance to set up now for the attack. Gets blocked and picked up, but a carry will be called, and point goes to Palmview. A great third set early on here, as we have now Galia Trevino for the Lady Lobos. In comes the serve. Gets too close to the net, not returnable. Palmview now shorten the deficit, down by 1. In comes the serve by Galia. Gets it over the net. Picked up by Mission Vets, goes a little too far, and an ace for Kalia to tie it up, 3 apiece. The Lady Lobos now on a 3-point run here in this third set, tied up at 3 apiece. In comes the serve, picked up by the Lady Patriots with the setup now. The attack lobs it over to the back end. As Palmview now with the return. Get the deflection they like, but Mission Vets picks it up. Palmview with the return now. A big hit by Miley. Gets blocked and not returnable. Point goes to Palmview. Now Palmview in control of the third set, up 4-3. They are now on a 4-point run. Escalia still serving it up for the Lady Lobos. Serve goes over the net, picked up by the Patriots. Here's the setup now. And the attack by Maddie. Picked up by the libero. That's number 7, Jessica Arralo. Miley with the hit, picked up by Mission Vets. Just going to lob it over the defenders, and they quickly send it over. Here's the setup now for the Patriots. Powerful hit, and in. Great hit by none other than number 10 for the Patriots, Delilah Cantu. Substitutions now being made over on the Palmview side, as we now have Evoria Garcia up to serve for the Lady Patriots. In it comes the serve, picked up by Palmview. Here's the setup now. And the attack, deflected by a pair of blockers from Mission Vets. Just gonna lob it over. Palmview with the setup now. Here's the attack, and in! Great hit by number 14. That's gonna be Eileen Trevino for Palmview. And the Lady Lobos now with a 5-4 lead. In comes the serve by the libero, Jessica Arrevalo for the Lady Lobos. Maddie with the hit there, picked up by Jessica. And the hit doesn't go over the net. Point Mission Vets, another tie game. Substitutions now being made. In comes number 7 for the Lady Patriots, Leila Rodriguez, who is up to serve. A great third set early on here tonight as the serve goes over the net now. Palmview with the setup, powerful hit, gets deflected by the Patriots. And here's the return. Gets the deflection on the net. A high bump there, just gonna send this one over the net. Mission Vets with the setup for Delilah, and blocked by number 10 of Palmview, Miley Zieski. And let's check that replay. Hopefully we're able to capture that for you. And we just missed it there by a Palmview fan as he got excited just as much as we did. And Palmview up by 1. Here's the setup now. Tip will go in. Point goes to Mission Vets. And another tie game here in the third set. Serving it now for the Lady Patriots, number 10, Delilah Cantu, who has been a weapon as she gets the deflection of the serve over the net. Here's the setup now. Gets it over the net, but it goes out of bounds. Mission Vets with the lead now. And Delilah Cantu still serving it up for the Lady Patriots. In comes the serve. Palmview with the response. Powerful and out. Deflected by the defender will give Palmview the tie game. Serving for Palmview, number 10, Miley Zieski, who's also been a force to be reckoned with so far in this matchup tonight. In comes the serve. Picked up by Mission Vets. Here's the setup now. Attacked by Maddie. Throws off the Palmview side of the court, but get it over the net. Mission Vets with the setup again. A quick lob over and in by number 15 from Mission Vets, Isabella Ganizales. And Isabella serving now for Mission Vets. Gets the serve over the net. Picked up by Jessica. Here comes the return. Picked up by Mission Vets. Set up now for Maddie. Just gets it over and picked up by Palmview. Miley with the powerful hit gets picked up by Mission Vets. Here's the set. And the spike gets deflected. Palmview with the chance to return it as Miley sends it over. Gets picked up by Mission Vets. Attacked by Maddie again. Doesn't get it over the net. And we got another tie game, 8 apiece in this third set. Now here's what I'm thinking. I might be anticipating things a little early here. I feel like whoever takes this third set might ultimately win it here tonight. And it really is just a matter of who wants it more as the Lady Lobos get an ace. And Palmview back up in the lead. Serve made by Camila Inostroza. Camila with the serve, gets it over the net. Picked up by Mission Vets. Here's the setup now. And the attack, just lobs it over the defenders and in. Great placement there by Maddie Perez. We'll tie the game up. And substitution being made on both ends of the court as we now have number 6, Kayla Monalvo, up to serve for the Patriots. Lady Lobos now with the setup. Here's the attack. Powerful hit picked up by libero Evoria. Mission Vets with the return and in. A great hit there by none other than Maddie Pettis. Still serving for the Lady Patriots, number 6, Kaylee Monalvo. Serve goes over the net. Picked up by Palmview. Here's the setup now. Gets it over. Picked up by Mission Vets. Here's the response now. Just lobs it over the net. And there seems to be a net violation by Maddie. Point goes to Palmview. And again, we are now tied at 10 apiece, as both teams trying to lock in and get set 3 here. Serving for Palmview, number 2, Valeria Gana. As Manny now with a powerful hit, gets that deflection out of bounds. And Mission Vets with the lead, up 11-10. Substitution being made over at the Mission Vets side. We have Jacqueline Morales to the bench, and in comes Delilah Cantu. As Maddie Pettis is now up to serve. Palmview fans making noise, gets it over the net. Lady Lobos with the setup here. Attack, but it goes out. Point goes to Mission Vets. Here comes a serve by Maddie again, as Mission Vets looks to extend their lead now, up by 2. Gets it over the net, picked up by Jessica. Palmview with the attack, but picked up by the Lady Patriots. Here's the return by Delilah. Miley's closing it in as Jessica sends it over the net. Mission Vets now with a chance to respond. Delilah with the powerful hit, but picked up by Jessica. Lady Lobos now with the return, picked up by the Patriots. As they get this one set up. Goes high with the bump there. Just gonna send this one over, picked up by Maddie. Mission Vets now with the attack by Delilah. Doesn't get the block through, and Mission Vets with the point. Take a look at that replay on that hit there. Just missed it there. And Mission Vets with the serve over the net. Lady Lobos now with the setup. Picked up by the Patriots. Here's the setup now. And the powerful attack by Maddie gets picked up by Palmview. Palmview with the response. Picked up by Mission Vets. Delilah with the attack. Gets the lob in her favor and in. Mission Vets, 5-point lead. And that will force Palmview to call a timeout. 15-10, Mission Vets looking to extend the lead. We'll be back on the RSL Network.
Time to take a new look, maybe your first look at Buick. If smart, hip, and affordable is for you, Buick's your brand. For your Buick, Brownsville, Texas.
And we are back on the RSL Network as the Lady Patriots now have what appears to be a 14-10 lead. We have it at 15-10, but we'll make that adjustment. And in comes the serve, and that's going to go out of bounds. Point goes to Palmview. And Palmview now only down by 3. Serving for the Lady Lobos is number 1, Kalia Trevino, who was stellar back in set number 2. As the Lady Patriots send this one over the net. Here's the setup now. Lobs it over the blocker, picked up by Mission Vets. Delilah sends it over, picked up by Jessica over at Palmview. And there seems to be a violation against Mission Vets. Point goes to Palmview. Palmview looking to close out this deficit. As Kalia serves it over the net. Picked up by libero Voria. Maddie with the attack. Gets the deflection. Correction, doesn't get the deflection as it failed to go over the net. Point goes to Palmview. Palmview now with a 3-point run. Looking to tie it up here on this next point. In comes the serve. Picked up by Avoria. Here's the setup now. Delilah with the attack. And it will go through as it gets deflected off the Lady Lobo defender. Mission Vets now up by 2. Serving now for the Lady Patriots, Evaria Garcia, as the Lady Lobos set it up here. Picked up by Miley, hit and picked up by Evaria. Maddie's just gonna send this one over, and Miley with the easy bump. Here's this attack, goes out of bounds as it goes too far to the right, and Mission Vets extend the lead. Evaria still serving it up for the Lady Patriots. Serve goes over the net, picked up by the Lady Lobos. A quick spike and in by none other than Delilah gone through. Let's take a look at that replay on that powerful hit as it gets sent directly to her side and takes full advantage of that. Mission Vets now up by 4. Serve goes over the net. Here's the setup now. The attack doesn't go over the net. Point goes to Mission Vets. And the momentum has shifted in favor of the Patriots as Palmview will call their timeout when we return the ending of set number 3. Stick with us here on the RSL Network.
There's no place like Sherryland ISD returning students need to district work here, learn here, or tuition-based enrollment. Register now. Call 956-584-6408. Sherryland ISD, excellence is our tradition.
Permatemp Personnel Services has been servicing local businesses for the past 29 years.
Leave the hiring to us. Let us become your personal hiring guru. We have a network of skilled employees to fit your needs.
Your success is our strategy.
Don't hesitate. Call us now.
And we are back on the RSL Network. Mission Vets up 18-13 here in this third set, which could be the deciding set of this matchup here tonight. Evaria Garcia still serving for the Lady Patriots as the Lady Lobos look to find some momentum to get themselves back up here in this set. In comes the serve, picked up by the Lady Lobos. Palmview with a powerful attack gets picked up by the Patriots. Here's the response, and a great placement there by Isabella. And that'll give Mission Vets a 6-point lead now. Evaria with the serve, doesn't go over the net. Palmview will get the point from that miscue. Substitution now being made over at the Palmview side. In comes number 6, Camila Inostroza, as number 7, Jessica Arrevalo, now up to serve. Lady Patriots with the setup, just gonna send this one over. That'll give the Lady Lobos a chance to set it up. Miley with the attack, and that's gonna go in. A great attack there by the Lady Lobos. Let's take a look at that replay on that powerful hit. Nicely set up there, and a great hit goes in as the Lady Patriots thought that went out. Jessica now still serving for Palmview. Doesn't get it over the net. Point goes to Mission Vets. Substitution being made. In comes now number 7, Leila Rodriguez, who they've been using as a sub to get some serves in their favor. In comes the serve. Palmview with the setup. Gets picked up by the Lady Patriots. Mission Vets just lobs it over, quickly sent back to their side as they'll get another shot for the spike. Great hit by Delilah, gets picked up by, and blocked! And a quick setback, and that's gonna be in. A great sequence there on that point there for the Lady Lobos. Let's take a look at that replay. Back and forth, does stay in bound as the Lady Lobos get the point there. Miley Zieski now up to serve. Here's the setup now for Lady Patriots. Just gonna lob it over the defenders. Gets picked up by number 9, Emma Gomez. Lady Patriots with the setup. Here's the attack by Delilah. Gets deflected and out. Point to Mission Vets. Mission Vets now only needing 4 to close out set number 3. Serving for the Lady Patriots, number 10, Delilah Cantu. As they send this one over with ease. Here's the setup for the attack. And a great hit there by number 15, Isabella Canizales. Lady Patriots now only needing 3 to close out set number 3 here. As Delilah Cantu still serving it up for the Lady Patriots. As the officials getting clarification on the substitution to ensure the players are in their correct positions. As the officials still trying to get clarification here. Mission Vets being impatient. Just want to end this third set while they still have the momentum on their side. And it looks like things are now sorted out and we are ready to resume play. And after that quick short commercial break, we are now back on the RSL Network. And the officials just getting clarification here as we get set to resume play here in set 3. And away we go. Serving for Lady Patriots, Delilah Cantu. In comes the serve, picked up by the Lady Lobos. Setup here for Miley, gets deflected by Isabella. Patriots with the setup here, with the attack, picked up by Jessica. Lady Lobos now with the response by Miley, gets deflected but picked up by the Patriots. Maddie with the response, blocked by Miley. Lady Patriots just gonna lob this one over as Miley bumps it for the Lady Lobos. Here's the attack now. And a great pickup there by the Lady Patriots. Do they get it over? No, they don't, as it goes out of bounds. Point goes to Palmview. Substitution being made now for both sides, as we now get Miley Zieski up to serve for the Lady Lobos. In comes the serve, picked up by Libera Evoria. Maddie with the powerful hit. Gets deflected by some speakers on the roof, and they don't get the deflection in their favor. Mission Vets now 2 points away from set number 3. We got a good one here, folks. It's not over yet. And serve comes through over the net. A short bump there. Gonna force Miley to spike it up far. As Maddie goes with the attack and in! A powerful hit by Maddie gives Mission Vets the set point. And let's see how they close it here in set number 3. As Isabella Canizales still serving for the Lady Patriots. Palmview with the setup now. Here's the hit. Picked up by the Lady Patriots. Maddie with the attack. Hit and picked up by Miley, deflected by the speakers again on the roof. Let's see, Mission Vets takes advantage of the miscue there. Maddie with the attack, goes out of bounds. Point goes to Palmview. Correction, they're gonna call it a tip. And point goes to Mission Vets. And that'll do it on a set 3 here. Mission Vets take set 3, 17-25. When we come back, set number 4 underway, folks. We'll be back on the RSL Network.
No matter where you are in life, Texas Southmost College is here to help you move forward. Whether you're starting fresh, changing careers, or gaining new skills, TSC has affordable programs designed to fit your goals. It's time to take the next step. Think big. Think bright. Think TSC.
Welcome to Payne Sports Central, home of UTRGV Sports.
The chess team are national champions once again. Checkmate! What? It's my catchphrase.
Get a new 2025 Chevrolet Silverado 1500 Crew Cab for $36,000 to $995 or $26,000 to $995 for a new 2025 Chevrolet Colorado Crew Cab at Payne Westlaco Chevrolet and PayneGM.com. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
V's up regardless.
Want to cut the cord and still stay connected? Now you can with the free Valley Central Plus app. Download it today. Streaming now on Roku, Amazon Fire TV, and Apple TV. No antenna, no hassle, no subscription. Just local news, weather, sports, entertainment, and original content from the 956's most reliable source. Valley Central Plus. Now streaming. Download today.
Hey Vaqueros fans, I'm Janelle Tanguma.
And I'm Blake Collin. Join us live for every UTRGV home football game for our pregame kickoff show, Vaqueros Nation Tailgate Fiesta.
We have been having a good old time at our Tailgate Fiesta. We're bringing you live coverage, special guests, and fan energy leading up to kickoff. We'll see you at Vaqueros Nation Tailgate Fiesta.
V's up.
Vaqueros Nation Tailgate Fiesta is sponsored by the Bert Ogden Auto Group.
And we are back on the RSL Network here on the Mission Channel as Mission Vets take set 3 with a score of 25-17. And the Lady Patriots have a 2-1 set lead. If you missed my research comment back after set 2, that was the first set Mission Vets gave up since August 30th. About 45 days, about 46. As the Lady Patriots get an ace to kick things off here in set number 4. And serving for the Lady Patriots is number 6, Kaylee Monalvo. In comes the serve, picked up by Miley. And the attack by Miley by the Lady Lobos. Sends it too far, and is it returnable? Yes, it is. Great pickup there by the Lady Patriots to keep the play going, and that's enough for a point. Wow, a great way to get a point for the Lady Patriots. As some confusion gets set there, and a miscue, Mission Vets take advantage of it. In comes the serve. Short tip there by the Lady Lobos, just gonna lob it over the defender. And a powerful spike will give Mission Vets the point. Great attack here by Maddie Perez. And Kaylee Montalvo still serving for the Lady Patriots. In comes the serve. Picked up by the Lady Lobos. Miley sends this one over. Nearly missed. And he gets to get over. No, fails to go over the net. Point goes to Palmview. Substitution now being made. In comes number 9 for the Lady Lobos. That's Emma Gomez. And she's been a great blocker for the Lady Lobos. Here's the setup now. The attack. Gets sent to the back towards Jessica in the back end there. In comes the hit, picked up by the Lady Patriots. Here's the powerful attack and a quick send back, but goes over the net and out. Point goes to Mission Vets. As we now have none other than Maddie Pettis up to serve for the Lady Patriots. In comes the serve, picked up by the Lady Lobos. Here's the setup and the attack. Great deflection there and put in by number 14, Eileen Trevino, to give Palmview the point. Serving now for the Lady Lobos, number 1, Kalia Trevino, who's having a great game here so far tonight. Let's see if she can carry her team up with the lead. As the serve comes in over the net. Picked up by Avaria. Here's the setup now, and the attack by Delilah and in! A lethal hit there will give Mission Vets the point. As we take a look at that instant replay there, a great setup there for Delilah allows her to just put full power behind that hit. And speaking of Evodia, she is up next to serve for the Lady Patriots. As they get patient with the bump there, give Patriots a chance to set it up. Picked up by the Lobos now. Palmview with the chance to respond. Gets blocked and failed to get picked up as a double touch violation gets called. Point Palmview, now only down by 2. Serving for Palmview, libero number 7, Jessica Arevalo, who's had some good serves in this game. In comes the serve. Picked up by the Lady Patriots. Here's the setup now. The attack over the defenders, picked up by the Lady Lobos. Palmview with the response, and in. Great hit there by Miley. Gives Palmview now only down by 1. As Jessica is still up to serve for the Lady Lobos. In comes the serve over the net. Great dig there by Maddie as she sends this one over the net. Gives Jessica a chance to pick it up. Here's the setup now. The attack by number 6, Camila Nostrosa, almost gets it in. And the Patriots just going to send this one over. Jessica with the bump. Here's the setup for Miley. And picked up as it goes over the net. Here's the setup again. As they lob it over the defender. Great pickup there. Sends it over by Delilah. Great pickup there by the libero Jessica. Tip by the blocker. Gives Mission Vets a chance to set this up. Here's the attack over the defender. Palmview with a great sequence here now. 1-2, and doesn't get it through. Great sequence for the Lady Lobos. Now have the game tied at 5 apiece. As Jessica still behind the line, serving it up for the Lady Lobos. In comes the serve. Picked up by Avaria, who had an awkward landing, but still in full power, playing on. Gets picked up by Mission Vets. Delilah with the powerful attack, picked up by Palmview. Palmview with Miley with the return, gets picked up by the Lady Patriots. A powerful hit by Maddie goes out of bounds. Will get Palmview the first lead here in set 4. Palmview on a 3-point run now, looking to extend that streak. Jessica with the serve. Mission Vets with the attack by Maddie, gets quickly sent over. Nearly goes out of bounds, but gets picked up by Avaria. Maddie with the attack now, gets picked up by Palmview. Here's the setup now. Miley with a powerful hit and blocked by none other than Isabella. And we got a tie game again. 6 apiece as we look at that replay. Just missing the block there, but no problem whatsoever on the net for Isabella as they tie it up here at 6 apiece. Serving for the Lady Patriots, that's going to be number 7, Leila Rodriguez. Number 9 lobs it over. Great pickup by Mission Vets. Powerful hit there, picked up by Palmview as they look to respond for number 10, Miley. Mission Vets with the setup. Here's the attack by Delilah. Gets blocked by number 6, Camila. And that will give Palmview the lead again, up 7-6. Let's look at that replay. As Delilah looking for the attack, gets blocked by Camila. And that'll give Palmview the lead. Serving now for Palmview, number 3, Arizona Gauna. Here's the attack, picked up by number 2, Valeria. Here's a setup again for Mission Vets. Another powerful attack. And here's the response by Miley, picked up by Mission Vets. Here's the setup now. Just gonna lob this one over. That'll give Palmview a chance to set it up, but quickly send it over. Here's the setup again. And another lob over. No, they don't get it. Palmview now up 8-6 here in set 4. Still serving for the Lady Lobos, number 3, Arizona Gauna. Here's the serve. Picked up by Mission Vets. Here's the setup now. Too close to the net. Gets the lob through and in for Mission Vets. Mission Vets now only down by 1. As Delilah Cantu is set to serve for the Lady Patriots. Serving from far behind the back line, gets it through the net. Palmview with a chance to respond, lobs it over the blockers. Lady Patriots now with the response by Maddie, gets picked up by Palmview. A quick fake set, picked up by Mission Vets. And does cross the line for a violation. Point goes to Palmview. Substitution now being made. Out goes Delilah, and in comes number 11, Jacqueline Morales. As Miley is now up to serve for the Lady Lobos. And the officials again getting together to discuss the placements of these players.
I want to be a doctor.
I want to play professional soccer.
I want to play at Carnegie Hall.
At Brownsville ISD, dreams take shape with nationally recognized academic programs, championship athletics, and distinguished fine arts. Success isn't just a goal, it's our tradition. The best choice for your child's journey is Brownsville ISD.
And we're back on the RSO Network. A short official timeout gets us back now in action as Miley Zieski now serving for the Lady Lobos. In comes the serve, picked up by Mission Vets. Here's the setup now for Isabella, gets it over the net, picked up by Jessica and the Lady Lobos. Palmview with a block. As she stayed on the floor, great pickup there, gets it sent over the net. Lady Patriots with the response by Maddie, picked up by Jessica. Lady Lobos now with the response from Miley, gets the bump from Mission Vets. Here's the attack by Maddie, goes out of bounds, point goes to Palmview. And it seems that officials have given it to Mission Vets. From our end, it did look out of bounds, but the line judge calls it in. Palmview now with only a 1-point lead. Here's the hit. Mission Vets with the setup now. Responds, gets the deflection over the net. And they pick it up, quickly send it over the net, gives the Lady Lobos a chance to set it up. Palmview with the attack. Gets deflected by the blocker, and they're going to send this one over. Gets blocked at the net as they get set up again. Gets the block over the defenders as they send it over, and they do. Mission Vets with a chance to respond. Doesn't get the point through as Miley gets the deflection there, and blocked by Mission Vets. A great sequence here now. Palmview with the attack, gets picked up by Mission Vets. Patriots with the response, a short set will give Palmview a chance to set it back up. Palmview thought it was a carry as the refs let the play on. Mission Vets with the setup, goes behind, does get the send off over the net. Lady Lobos with another set behind for Miley, gets picked up by Vets. Patriots with the response, gets the deflection of the net, and Lobos with a chance to respond. Another great sequence here, folks. Mission Vets gets the deflection. Lady Lobos with the attack now. Picked up by Mission Vets. Here's the setup now. Picked up by Lady Lobos. As we go on here, folks. Fake set there will give Mission Vets a chance to reset. Here's the attack now. Powerful, but picked up by Miley. Just grazes the net, and nobody responds. A long, great sequence there will result with a Mission Vets point. As the great sequence continues, goes high in the net. Nobody in either net makes a reaction for the ball, and we're tied 9 apiece. As Lady Lobos struggle to get that serve return, and that'll give Mission Vets a chance to set this up. And a great kill by none other than Maddie Perez. Mission Vets back on top, and that will force Palmview to call timeout. Mission Vets up 10-9 here in set number 4.
When you're buying a car or trusting someone to take care of the one you already have, you want to know you're in good hands. Today, tomorrow, and every day after that. For over a century, Sames Automotive Group has been here. The oldest dealership group in Texas, built on a promise to do things the right way. A century of putting people first. A century of service and savings. A century of smiles. That's not just a tagline. That's the Sames way. Sames Automotive Group, delivering a century of trust.
And we are back on the RSL Network. Mission Vets up 10-9 here in set number 4. As Palmview looking to take and regain their lead they had earlier and force this into set number 5. Mission Vets up to serve, gets it over the net. Picked up by Jessica and the Lady Lobos. Miley with a chance to send it over, and she does. And a great placement by Miley. We'll tie the game up at 10 apiece. Serving now for the Lady Lobos, number 6, Camila Inostroza for Palmview. In goes the serve, picked up by Mission Vets. Here's a setup now, and the attack by Maddie, but it goes out of bounds. Palmview with the lead again here in set 4. As Camila Inostroza still up to serve for the Lady Lobos. And this would be a fun one if this goes to set 5. I think everybody would be tuning in and seeing this, how this closes. As Camila still serves for the Lady Lobos. Mission Vets now with the setup. Lobs it over the blockers. Gives Lady Lobos a chance to set this up. Here's the attack. And in by number 1, Kalia Trevino. Palmview now up by 2, extending their lead. As Camila still serving it up for Palmview. In comes the serve. Picked up by Mission Vets. Close to the net, not returnable. Palmview with another point. And that'll force Mission Vets to call timeout. 13-10 is your score with Palmview in the lead. We'll be back after these commercial breaks.
J4 Trailers is your best source for hauling in the Rio Grande Valley. We have utility, goosenecks, landscape, hotshot trailers, dump trailers, enclosed, and more. Does your trailer need a part service? Let our new parts and service department help you. Here at J4 Trailers, we also cut brake drums.
Come visit us and get hitched at J4 Trailers.
And we're back on the RSL Network as Camila and the Lady Lobos still serving it for Palmview as they have a 3-point lead here in set number 4. Palmview with the setup gets blocked by a pair of Mission Vets defenders. Miley with a powerful hit, sent it to the back, picked up by the Lady Patriots. Maddie with the serve, or with the set, gets quickly picked up. And here another chance for a setup. Powerful hit, goes too far out. Palmview with another point. And fans are making noise here at the Palmview side of the gym, as Camila still serving and is on a streak here for the Lady Lobos. In comes the serve, picked up by Mission Vets. Here's the setup now. The attack by Maddie, picked up but not able to be returned. Point goes to Mission Vets. Substitution now being made. Out goes Camila on a great run of serves to give Palmview this lead. Serving now for the Lady Patriots, number 8. That's Renata Garcia. And Jessica on the Lady Lobos with the return. Here's the setup for Miley. Picked up by the Lady Patriots. For none other than Maddie. Gets blocked and through. Great defensive stop there by number 14, Eileen Trevino. Substitutions now being made. And serving now is number 2, Valeria Gauna for the Lady Lobos. And comes the serve. Here's the setup now. Attacked by the Lady Patriots, gets picked up by Palmview. Palmview with the response. Gets the deflection and out it goes. Point goes to Palmview. Now have a 5-point lead. Serving for the Lady Lobos, number 2, Valeria Gauna. In comes the serve over the net, picked up by Evoria. Here's the setup now for Maddie. Still far out, point goes to Palmview. So Palmview getting some points in due to some miscues over from Maddie. As Valeria Gauna still serving it up for the Lady Lobos, but a substitution was made. As the officials letting the players know, just wait on our call there. The whistle was for the substitution, not the serve. And there's that communication for the serve. In comes the serve. A great serve there. We'll give the Lady Lobos a quick setup here. And here's the attack. And a great point there by number 1, Kalia Trevino. And Palmview just taking over now here in set number 4. Which brings me the question on when Coach Lerma and the Lady Patriots call timeout. They do have one still in their back pocket. Let's see if they use it at some point. Coming up. Lady Patriots with the serve now. Here's the attack. Picked up by the Lady Lobos. Palmview with the attack and out. Momentum now shifted a bit in favor of Mission Vets. Mission Vets on a 6-point deficit. Let's see if they can close it in with Maddie Perez up to serve. In comes the serve. Picked up by the Lady Lobos. A quick put in will give Mission Vets the point. Maddie Perez still serving for the Lady Patriots. And a substitution now being made. In comes number 3, Arizona Gauna. Maddie Perez still serving for Lady Patriots as the Palmview fans make noise. And the serve does go over the net. Palmview with the setup now for the attack. And in by Kalia Trevino. Palmview fans getting fired up as they now only need 6 points to close out set 4 and send us to number 5. In comes the serve by Kalia. Gets the roll in her favor as the Patriots set it up. Delalo with the deflection. It goes out of bounds. Point goes to Mission Vets. Palmview fans think it went in. The call is out. As the officials will get together. So we'll go to a commercial break as they sort this out. And they will give it in favor of Mission Vets. Ball does go out of bounds. Mission Vets now only down by 5. And fans are getting heated up here. As we now have Evoria Garcia up to serve. And the Palmview coach did not like that call as she fires up her team to shake it off and let's play on. Here comes the serve. Picked up by Palmview. Here's the setup now for the Lady Lobos. Miley with the powerful hit. And Palmview with the point. Take a look at that replay as Miley gets a powerful hit in there. Does not allow Mission Vets a chance to return it. And in comes the serve by Jessica and the Lady Lobos. They don't get their return, and that's an ace for Jessica. And that will force Mission Vets to call timeout. 21-14, folks, and it looks like we are smelling a set 5 here. We'll be back on the RSL Network.
Sports Central, home of UTRGV Sports.
The chess team are national champions once again. Checkmate! What? It's my catchphrase.
Get $8,000 off MSRP on a new 2025 Ford F-150 STX and 3.9% for 72 months. Payne Rio Grande City Ford and Payne West Laco Ford.
V's up regardless.
And we are back on the RSL Network. Palmview up 21-14. Jessica serving it up for the Lady Lobos as she gets it over the net. Picked up by Mission Vets. Here's the setup now. Delighted with the tag, but goes too far out. Palmview extending their lead. Now Oni needing 3. And just for the record, Mission Vets has never gone to a set 5 this year. As that serve will be in, and an ace for Jessica. Palmview in full control of the driver's seat here, as they are now 2 points away from set number 5. And it comes the serve, picked up by the Lady Patriots. Here's the setup now, gets it lobbed over, and sets. Great placement there by Camila Inostroza. Palmview now just needing 1, and we got a set point getting ready for set number 5. Jessica with the serve, picked up by the Lady Patriots, goes quickly into Palmview's side of the court. Miley with the attack, gets the deflection out, and that's Palmview for set 4. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to set number 5. And we'll be back after a commercial break. We'll get things underway. You're going to want to stick with us here on the RSL Network. We got a good one, folks.
Connected? Now you can with the free Valley Central Plus app. Download it today. Streaming now on Roku, Amazon Fire TV, and Apple TV. No antenna, no hassle, no subscription. Just local news, weather, sports, entertainment, and original content from the 956's most reliable source. Valley Central Plus. Now streaming. Download today.
This summer, settle in and reconnect with one another. South Padre Island has so many great places to stay. Condos, resorts, and hotels. Oh my! Book your summer getaway today. And start making memories poolside with the people you care about most. Visit SoPadre.com.
And we are back on the RSL Network. Ladies and gentlemen, we are at set number 5. Set number 1, Mission Vets in full control of the driver's seat. And that's set number 2. Palmview bounces back and hands Mission Vets their first set loss dating back to August the 30th. And then Mission Vets, with their response of the third set, put themselves up 2-1. And then, of course, this last set, Palmview in full control. And we are going to set 5. Now let me check here on my notes. And correct me if I'm wrong, folks, but this is the first time that both teams are competing in set 5 this year. So Palmview, Mission Vets, it's gonna be a good one. We're gonna go to a quick commercial break. When we return, set 5, only needing 15 to seal the deal. We'll be back after this commercial break.
Turn your passion into a powerful career at Texas Southmost College. Our automotive technology program will train you in everything from maintenance to full vehicle systems repair. Earn a certificate or associate degree and get certified to work as a C maintenance or B-level technician. You'll be guided by seasoned instructors who have decades of real-world automotive experience, helping you get ready to roll into the industry. So take the wheel and apply today at tsc.edu.
And we are back on the RSL Network. Both teams breaking out of their huddle. The top 2 teams here in District 35A, Mission Vets, unbeaten in district play, are now forced in set number 5 against the second-ranked team in this district, Palmview Lady Lobos. Both teams break out of their huddle, and we're getting ready for what will be a thrilling 5th set. And up to serve first will be the Lady Lobos, and it will be none other than number 2, Valeria Gauna. And away we go. In comes the serve. Lady Patriots with the setup here. Picked up by the Lady Lobos. Here's the setup now with the return. Picked up quickly by the Patriots. Response now by Maddie. Picked up by the Lady Lobos. As they send this one over the net. Elvadia with the bump. Here's the set. Picked up and spiked. Blocked by defenders of Palmview. Quickly send it over the net. Here's the bump. Here's the set. And the spike by Maddie goes in for Mission Vets. First point of the 5th set goes to the Lady Patriots. Maddie Perez up to serve for the Mission Vets, the Lady Patriots here. Here's the serve over the net. Palmview with the setup here and the attack picked up by the Patriots. Mission Vets with the setup here for the attack. Get it in! A nice attack there by the Lady Patriots. And let's pull up that instant replay there on the setup there. A great attack there over by the Patriots side. Get it in to extend the lead. Maddie Perez still serving it for the Lady Patriots. In goes the serve. Dug up by Jessica and the Lady Lobos. Sends it over. Mission Vets with the chance to set it up here. Delilah just lobs it over and picked up by the Lady Lobos. Quickly send it over. We'll give Mission Vets the awareness to send it. Goes out of bounds. Palmview get themselves on the board. And serving for the Lady Lobos, a powerhouse here, number 1, Kalia Trevino, who's just about done it all here for her team. As Mission Vets picks up the serve. Here's the put in by Delilah. Gets quickly sent, and it will go out. Nearly in, but not enough. Point goes to Mission Vets. Evoria up to serve. As Palmview fans making noise. Does get the serve over the net. Picked up by Miley. Set up by the Lobos as she tips it over and gets picked up by Mission Vets. Maddie with the put in. Picked up by Jessica and Palmview. The response quickly sent back to them. Gives them a chance to set it up here for Lady Lobos as Miley gets blocked and met by Isabella. As they send this one over, gives Mission Vets a chance to set this up. In comes the setup and gets deflected as they get to send this one over and give Palmview a chance to set this up. Here's the attack now by Miley. Picked up by Mission Vets. Set up by Avaria for Delilah. Gets not enough power as Jessica is able to pick it up. Gets the lob over the net. We got a great sequence here. Here's the setup. Delilah with the putback. No, too weak. Palmview with the point on the miscue from Mission Vets. Jessica now serving it up for the Lady Lobos as they look to equalize this 5th set here. Serve goes over the net, picked up by Mission Vets. Here's the setup now for Maddie. Here's the attack, picked up by by Palmview. Put back by Miley, gets picked up by the Lady Patriots. Almost got a miscue there by the Patriots. Gives Palmview a chance for the setup. Here's the attack, picked up by Vadia. Attack by Maddie, gets picked up by Palmview. Palmview with the response, picked up by Maddie. Here's the setup now for Delilah. Powerful hit, picked up by Lady Lobos. Here's the response now. Just gonna send it short, give Mission Vets a chance to set this. Lobs it short as well as they quickly send it over to the Mission Vets side of the court. Here's the setup for Delilah, goes too high, not able to set it up. Deflection goes too far behind. Point goes to Mission Vets. Off the deflection. The substitution now, in comes number 7 for Mission Vets. In comes Layla Rodriguez, who they've been using as the leading server. Palmview fans making noise. In comes the serve. Picked up by Palmview. Here's the hit. Picked up by Mission Vets. Delilah with the response. Gets blocked. Not returnable. Point goes to Palmview. And they're only down by 1 now as this 5th set is still a thriller. Up to serve now for Palmview, number 3, Arizona Gaona. In comes the serve, picked up by Evoria and the Mission Vets. Quick send back by Isabella, picked up by Palmview. Quick send up by Mina, gets picked up by the Lady Patriots. Here comes Isabella with the attack. Doesn't get the block she likes, but quickly sends it over to the vet side of the court. Lady Lobos with a chance to set it up now by Miley. Great block! And through for Isabella. Point goes to Mission Vets. Let's pull up that awesome blocking play there. As the Lady Lobos are trying to set this one up, gets blocked at the net. Great pick up there by Isabella to give Mission Vets this point. Now up 5-3, in comes the serve by Delilah. Here's the setup now. And the attack by Miley. Doesn't get the block as the powerful hit from Miley's too strong. Palmview now down by 1. Substitution being made over at the Mission Vets bench. In comes Jacqueline Morales. Delilah will go to the bench. Speaking of Miley Zitsky, she's going up to serve now. Gets it over the net. Nearly missed by Vadia as they send this one over the blockers. And a great placement there by Maddie. Mission Vets up 6-4. Another substitution as the libero goes out. In comes Kayla Munoz to help out with the blocks. Isabella now up to serve. Gets it over the net. Short as the Lady Lobos look to send this one back. Powerful hit. Great pickup by Maddie. Here's the setup for Maddie with the attack. And picked up by the Lady Lobos. Palmview is going to send it over. That'll give Mission Vets a chance to set this one up for a kill. Maddie with the hit. Picked up by Palmview. Jessica with the setup there, sends it over, gets picked up, nearly missed, almost a miscue there as Maddie sends it over. Palmview with a chance to respond. Gets it in there by none other than Kalia Trevino. A great put in there by Palmview will cut the deficit down by 1. While substitution being made, let's take a look at that replay there. A great hit there by Kalia. Now only down by 1. Yes, it does have to go up to 15, but it does have to win by 2 as they get the serve in. Here's the setup now. Here's the attack. Picked up as there is a violation. Point goes to Palmview, and we have a tie game with a thrilling 5th set here. And serving for Palmview is number 6, Camila Inostroza, who had a great serve sequence back in the 4th set. In comes the serve. Picked up by Mission Vets with the attack. Lobs it over the blockers. Makes some Lobo defenders miss it. And a great put in by Kalia. Palmview with the lead now, up 7-6. And the officials, not sure what they're calling here. Looks like there might have been a violation, and I believe Mission Vets gets the point. So point goes to Mission Vets. Now they're up by 1. Palmview with the put in. Can't get the deflection off the powerful hit of Miley. Now we got a tie game, 7 apiece. You start to think if fatigue is building in on both ends of the court, but it really is a matter of who wants it more. As number 2, Valeria is up to serve now for Palmview. Gets it over the net. Here's a setup now for Mission Vets. Attacked by Maddie. Gets a deflection in favor of Mission Vets. Let's look at the replay of that powerful hit by Maddie. As she gets that powerful kill through the net. And for her team to be up by 1 now. And Maddie now serving for her team. Looking to extend the lead. In it comes the serve. Here's the setup. Here's the attack by number 1. And in by Kalia. We got a tie game. Both teams putting their foot on the gas pedal, not holding back one bit. Kalia now to serve for the Lady Lobos. In comes the serve, picked up by the Lady Patriots. Here's the setup for Maddie. With the attack, picked up by Jessica and Palmview. Miley with the attack now, gets picked up by the Lady Lobos. Elvadia with the setup for Delilah. Powerful hit, picked up by Jessica again. Palmview with a chance. Gets picked up by Libero, short, but gets recovered by the Vets. Picked up by Kalia. Here's the setup now. Put in and picked up by Vets. Here's Delilah with another attack. Lobs it over the blocker. Gets picked up by Miley. Miley with the chance to respond. Gets blocked, but out! Palmview back on top. 9-8. As Kalia is now up to serve for her team and helps to extend the lead. And comes the serve. Gets the roll over the net. Mission Vets with the setup for Delilah. Gets blocked by number 14, Eileen Trevino. Another block by Miley. As another putback gets through. As they lob it over, give Palmview a chance to set it up. Here it is. Lobs it over the defender. Gets the roll over. Mission Vets with the point. And we got a tie game. Student sections are up on their feet. Passionate fans are up on their feet. In comes the serve for Evadia. Gets it over the net. Picked up by Miley. Here's the setup for Miley. With the attack. Does get the deflection in their favor. Palmview with the lead. Palmview trying to hand Mission Vets their first loss in district play to keep themselves in contention for the district title. Deflection goes far to the end line. Able to get a lob over the net. Give Palmview a chance for the setup. Powerful hit. Violation will favor Mission Vets. As the player crosses over the line, and we got a tie game. Coach from Palmview not liking that call as she tries to get the official to take a look. It might have been a carry call and making a strong case for her end. And she wants a jump call to possibly send it for a replay. And a violation will go against the head coach. And another infraction on the coach could result in an ejection. 10 apiece. As the officials try to get control of the game here. And they'll get clarification on the positions. And we'll play on. Serving for the Lady Patriots, number 7, Leila Rodriguez. Lady Lobos with the setup. Gets it over the defenders and in! Palmview with the lead. Substitution being made. In comes number 3, Arizona Gona. And we got a close one here, folks. In comes the serve. Picked up by the Lady Patriots. Here's the setup. Lobs it over. Gives Lady Lobos a chance for the setup. Here comes Miley with the attack. Powerful hit. Picked up by Avaria. Here's the lob up for Delilah. Gets it over and in. A great kill for Mission Vets. Tied up 11 apiece. Both teams really pushing it all and not holding back. As Delilah now up to serve for the Lady Patriots. Gets it over the net. Lob gets close to the net. Not returnable. Point goes to Mission Vets. And that will force the Palmview bench to call timeout. 11-12. You're going to want to stick around for the Zenning Thriller. We'll be back on the RSL Network.
Permatemp Personnel Services has been servicing local businesses for the past 29 years.
Leave the hiring to us. Let us become your personal hiring guru. We have a network of skilled employees to fit your needs.
Your success is our strategy.
Don't hesitate, call us now.
And we are back on the RSL Network. Fans are getting rowdy. It is a good one here in the fifth set. 12-11 as Mission Vets hold the lead, only needing 3 for the win. Palmview, on the other hand, have other ideas as they try to close out set 5 and hand Mission Vets their first district loss and their second loss overall. Serve gets over the net. Lady Lobos send it over. Mission Vets with the setup now for the attack. Gets it over the defenders. Lady Lobos now with the return. Gets it over the net. Here's the setup now for the attack. Get it through. Lady Lobos with the setup now. Miley with the attack. Gets deflected and in. 12 apiece in the fifth set. It does not get any more exciting than this, folks, as Miley is now up to serve and a substitution now being made for Mission Vets. In comes number 11. That's going to be Jacqueline Morales for Delilah. And Miley and the Lady Lobos up to serve. Get it over the net. Here's the setup. Just going to send it over. Picked up by the Lady Lobos. Palmview now with the return. Gets tipped. Mission Vets. Bevaria with the setup for Maddie. Gets it over the defenders and in! Point goes to Mission Vets. And serving for the Lady Patriots, Isabella Canizales. In comes the serve. Here is the bump. Here's the set. Miley with the hit. Picked up by Mission Vets. Lady Patriots close to the net. Won't get it. Palmview tie it up here in the fifth set. 13 apiece. We got to get to 15. This next one is going to be the toughest for both teams. Serving for the Lady Lobos, number 6, Camila Inostros. In comes the serve. Picked up by Mission Vets. Nerves all over the place. Great placement by Maddie. Gets picked up by the Lady Lobos. Mission Vets with the setup for the return. Maddie now holding back, gets blocked. Picked up by Mission Vets for a chance to respond. Lobs it over the defenders, gets tipped. Sends it quickly over to the Vet side. Now they get to set it up here. Maddie with the return. Picked up by the Lady Lobos. Palmview with a response by Miley. Picked up by Mission Vets. Quickly lobs it over. Gives Palmview a chance to respond. Here's the attack. Picked up by Mission Vets. Mission Vets now. Hit. Gets touched by the net. Palmview with the set point and the game point. And coach over at the Mission Vet side, call a timeout. We'll be back after this commercial break. And we are a game point away for the Palmview Lobos to pull an upset against the Mission Vets. If Palmview scores, it is over. However, if the Lady Patriots score, we got a tie game. Here we go. Number 6, Camila Nostroza with the serve. In it goes. Picked up by Mission Vets. Here's the setup. And the attack. Play it safe. Gets the rollout. Yes, it does. Mission Vets with a chance to set it back in. Powerful hit and in! We got a tie game. 14 apiece. Got to win it by 2. As Mission Vets now try to take the lead. And we do have a technical issue on the scoreboard as we look to get this matter resolved. And now we're back in. 14 apiece. Got to win it by 2. Serving for the Lady Patriots, Kaylee Monalvo. In goes the serve, picked up by Jessica and the Lady Lobos. Palmview going to play it safe. Picked up by Mission Vets. Mission Vets, let's see what they do here. Maddie with the attack. And deflected by the Lady Lobos. Palmview with the response. Picked up by Mission Vets. Evodia with the setup for Maddie. They don't get the tip in. Mission Vets with the game point now. Oh, how we shifted sides. Kaylee Montalvo with the game point now. Needing one more to take home the win. Here is the setup. Sent it quickly. Almost goes through. Just going to play it safe and lob it over. Mission Vets with the chance to attack by none other than Maddie. And they get it! It's over! Mission Vets closes it out here in the 5th set. 16-14 is your 5th set score. What a game. What a match. What an ending. As I mentioned, this was going to be a good one, and it was a good one indeed. We're going to go to commercial break. When we return, we're going to pull up the highlights from the full game. Final score, Mission Vets, 3-2, and a great thriller over Palmview Lobos. We'll be back after these commercial breaks.
I want to be a doctor.
I want to play professional soccer.
I want to play at Carnegie Hall.
At Brownsville ISD, dreams take shape with nationally recognized academic programs, championship athletics, and distinguished fine arts. Success isn't just a goal, it's our tradition. The best choice for your child's journey is Brownsville ISD.
The standard of excellence has always been Cadillac, so be iconic and drive one. Free your Cadillac, Brownsville, Texas.
Cameron County has emerged as one of the most promising regions in Texas. Our property tax rate is among the lowest in the RGV. Our communities are safer. Economic development is soaring. Thousands of high-paying jobs have been created. Let's keep Eddie Trevino as our Cameron County judge.
Sunny Glen Children's Home has provided a place of hope for every child since 1936. If you'd like more information on Sunny Glen and the services we offer, please visit us at www.sunnyglen.org.
Welcome to Payne Sports Central, home of UTRGV Sports.
The chess team are national champions once again. Checkmate! What? It's my catchphrase.
Get a new 2025 Chevrolet Silverado 1500 Crew Cab for $36,000 to $995 or $26,000 to $995 for a new 2025 Chevrolet Colorado Crew Cab at Payne West Laco Chevrolet and PayneGM.com. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
V's up regardless.
Want to cut the cord and still stay connected? Now you can with the free Valley Central Plus app. Download it today. Streaming now on Roku, Amazon Fire TV, and Apple TV. No antenna, no hassle, no subscription. Just local news, weather, sports, entertainment, and original content from the 956's most reliable source. Valley Central Plus. Now streaming. Download today. There is always news happening in the Valley. When you see it, share it to Valley Central. See a fire? Share it. See a wreck? Share it. See crime or corruption? Share it. Be part of the Valley Central team. If you see it, share it.
At Marine Military Academy, we educate those who dare to achieve. Those eager to control their future before it controls them. Those who can follow a path so they can eventually make their own. Those ready to join in order to stand out. Welcome to MMA, forging tomorrow's leaders.
At Tortilleria Ibañez, flavor starts fresh every day. Crispy flautas, homemade tamales, and our signature chicken salad, all made for you. Tortilleria Ibañez, tradition on every plate.
Bird Ogden Chevrolet has new Silverados. Save $13,000 off or $199 a month. That's right, $13,000 off or $199 a month with over 200 Silverados to choose from at Bird Ogden Chevrolet in Mission.
Welcome to Payne Sports Central, home of UTRGV Sports.
The chess team are national champions once again. Checkmate! What? It's my catchphrase.
Get $8,000 off MSRP on a new 2025 Ford F-150 STX and 3.9% for 72 months. Payne Rio Grande City Ford and Payne West Laco Ford.
V's up regardless.
Want to cut the cord and still stay connected? Now you can with the free Valley Central Plus app. Download it today. Streaming now on Roku, Amazon Fire TV, and Apple TV. No antenna, no hassle, no subscription. just local news, weather, sports, entertainment, and original content from the 956's most reliable source, Valley Central Plus. Now streaming. Download today.
Shop Bert Ogden Cadillac and select from the largest inventory of luxury vehicles in the Valley. Elevate your style when you choose from more than 200 new cars and SUVs available today. This is where legends are made and what they drive. Bert Ogden Cadillac in Edinburgh.
Take advantage of big savings now and drive a new Equinox. Save $5,000 off or $179 a month. That's right, $5,000 off or $179 a month with more than 120 to choose from at Bert Ogden Chevrolet in Mission.
Garza Memorial Funeral Home le ha ayudado a familias a rendir homenaje a sus seres queridos por más de 100 años, desde sus instalaciones hasta asegurarle un servicio personalizado, atendiendo todos los detalles a un precio cómodo. Garza Memorial Funeral Home, donde la atención personal hace la diferencia.
And we are back on the RSUN network. We do have our camera off. However, we are going to show you the thrilling fifth set highlights for you. And just an unbelievable game all around. We're going to play those highlights and enjoy them because it was a great one. Picked up by the Patriots. Mission Vets with the setup here for the attack. Get it in! A nice attack there. Response gets blocked. Not returnable. Lady Lobos with a chance to set it up now by Miley. Great block! And through for Isabella. Chance to respond. Gets the in there by none other than Kalia Trevino. They're up by one. Palmview with the put in. Can't get the deflection off the powerful hit of Miley. Here's the setup now for Mission Vets. Attacked by Maddie. Gets a deflection in favor of Mission Vets. Setup. Here's the attack by number one. And in by Kalia. It over the blocker, gets picked up by Miley. Miley with the chance to respond, gets blocked but out. Here it is, lobs it over the defender, gets the roll over. Mission Vet. The net picked up by Miley. Here's the setup for Miley with the attack. Does get the deflection in their favor. Patriots number 7, Leila Rodriguez. Leila Lobos with the setup, gets it over the defenders and in. Powerful hit picked up by Avaria. Here's the lob up for Delilah. Gets it over and in! A great Avaria with the setup for Maddie. Gets it over the defenders and in! Point goes to Mission Vets. Vets now. Hit. Gets touched by the net. Palmview! Vets with a chance to set it back in. Powerful hit and in! Avaria with the setup for Maddie. They don't get the tip in. Just going to play it safe and lob it over. Mission Vets with the chance to attack by none other than Maddie. And they get it! Picked up by the Patriots. And what a thrilling ending we had there in the fifth set. Just back and forth action. But in the end, Mission Vets closes it on a 16-14 score there in the fifth set. We want to thank everybody who tuned in to this thrilling Tuesday night matchup between Palmview Lobos and the Mission Vets Patriots, as the Lady Patriots now remain unbeaten in district play, as they are now one game away of securing a district championship. This is Nacho signing off here tonight from Mission, Texas. We want to wish everybody a great night and a happy week.